Today we're on Daf 2 of Taanit. We're starting a brand new tractate of the Talmud, and of course we always start on page 2, not on page 1, because you should never ever think you learned something completely. And we have one of my all-time favorite concepts here given on Daf 2. In fact, so much so that I named my second book after it. It talks about how there are 3 keys that are never given over into the hands of humanity. And those are, well, the key of life, the key of resurrection of the dead, and yes, the key of rain, as the book title goes. And there's a comment even that, you know what, maybe there's a fourth one, that there's a fourth one. It says outside of Israel, there's a fourth one, the key of making a living, that is something that is so incredible and miraculous that it's beyond us, and it only comes through, basically divine gift is what it says. And then, but there's an pushback to that. I said, no. When we talk about that in Israel, here in Israel, that is what rain is. Rain represents making a living. It represents what we call parnasa. That shefa, this abundance that can come in, is all kind of represented through the rain. And that's what this entire tractate is about. It talks about when the rains are not coming as they're supposed to, and people choose to then fast as a way of trying to bring the rains to come and trying to bring divine mercy so that we get the rains. That's the subject of this entire tractate. And a little later, I just was seeing today, but I'm a little bit ahead, that talks about how it's not necessarily the fasting that brings the rain, it's the rectification of who we are as people, but that certain things we can do, like fasting, help us get into that state where we can really rectify ourselves. And these 3 keys, of course, going back to the main point, life, resurrection of the dead, and rain, we say these are only supposed to be in God's hands. These are not things we're supposed to have control over. We can't create life from nothing. We can't resurrect the dead, and we can't bring the rain, except as you get in the book, The Key of Rain, there is an exception there that at one time the key of rain was given over into the hand of a man. And if you're interested in that, I recommend you check out the Age of Prophecy series, the first book, The Lamp of Darkness. You can download for free at theageofprophecy.com, and you will learn about these 3 keys and why one of them that was never supposed to be given over to any human beings was actually given over.